There was one thing that I just remembered earlier today that she wouldn't let us shoot, which was her enjoying her afternoon time with Judge Judy.
Yeah, my mom
that was off limits.
My mom has recently discovered Judge Judy somehow, and she called me up recently. She was like, "Have you heard of this Judge Judy? She's fascinating." I'm like, "Mom, what do you find compelling?" She's just like, "She's fascinating. She's so strong." I'm worried my mom is going to pop up on either Judge Judy or Dr. Phil at some point.
Let's hope it's, well, I don't know which to
I'd go for
yeah.
Judge Judy, yeah. Most people know her name, they know the name Gloria Vanderbilt, but they don't really necessarily know that she's my mom or know much about her. They don't really know her real story. Over the years, I've been shooting a lot of stuff on my own of her, doing interviews with her, just taking pictures of her and video of her, and I just thought it'd be interesting to actually try to do a film that really reveals what she's really like and reveals sort of the truth of her life. And once I saw Liz's work, I mean, she's such an amazing filmmaker that I absolutely, wanted to go ahead and do it, and Liz was great enough to take on the project.
Anderson, like he said, turned over boxes and boxes of videotape shot over, and also, some cans of film from his mother's early years that hadn't been transferred, they hadn't looked at. So he trusted me to sort of go through all of that material and then use it in the film as I chose. And he had completely forgotten. Like when we showed him stuff, that was like he had no memory of shooting.
Yeah, I mean
it.
the open sequence of the film, I have no memory of shooting. It was something I shot when I was in college with my mom on a beach. But I mean, yeah, there was all this stuff that I really had no idea what it was. And Liz was able to make connections that I would have never thought of, and connections between the past and the present. I learned a lot about myself and my mom from the making of this film, and I think my mom did as well.
I made a film about Marilyn Monroe, and the archival material that exists around Gloria Vanderbilt dwarfs Marilyn Monroe.
That's really interesting. I didn't know that.
I mean, Gloria, has been famous since the moment of birth, and she's now almost 92, and she's now almost 92 years old. So she was in the center of this custody trial. That was the biggest story maybe in the world.
When she was 10 years old, she was taken away from her mother by her aunt, and there was this massive custody battle at the height of the Depression, and it was called the trial of the century at the time. And it was a global media sensation. I mean, there were 100 reporters in the courtroom the first day of the trial covering it. One doesn't think that in the 30s and 40s there were paparazzi, but there were. And so there's all this material of my mom's entire life.
It's a very rich life filled with a lot of really great friends and of course all the painting she does.
I knew it was going to be very personal. The things my mom has been through in the course of her life, both while I've been alive, but also even before, have been huge tragedies. My brother committed suicide in front of her. My dad dying, and a lot of other things. I really didn't know what Liz was going to focus on or how she was going to pull it all together, because there was a lot of different ways to approach my mom's stories. But the way she did it, to me, was completely unique and not anything I would have thought of. When I saw it in the edit room, I was like, this is awesome.